Eom Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello there, a very beautiful day to you, and thank you for joining us. You're watching the Eom Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Moore. Today on the program, we shall be taking a look at the Nigerian economy from the viewpoint of industry operators. And so let's talk. Our focus is on the distinguished CEOs of Mipos Travels and Educational Consult Limited, Maxwell Travels and Tours Limited, and Travivo Consulting Limited. On Spot On, we shall bring you a quintessential gentleman, seasoned and purpose-driven professional, first-class graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University, chartered accountant, trustworthy real estate development, marketing and management expert, team player and industry captain, Alhaji Suraj Oyewale, who is the founder, group managing director and chief executive officer of Jarus Group, a leading diversified group of companies in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2025. And on the face-to-face is a perfect gentleman, symbol of integrity, experienced and versatile healthcare support service management professional, visionary entrepreneur, teamwork advocate and industry leader, Ifeanyi Valentine Eziakunne, who is the founder, managing director and chief executive officer of Fanival Visions Limited, a fast-growing healthcare support service firm in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2025. This is a must-watch. Stay with us.
I would say the fact that we go out of our way to please our clients. Some travel companies want to sell what they want to sell, or what will give them the most profits. But we sell what our clients want us to sell. We give them the experience that they desire. Yes, we have group packages, but we enjoy doing solo and customized packages for clients to suit their tastes, their preferences, their budgets, and their lifestyle. So we customize, tailor our packages to suit each individual, each entity, each company as they so desire, and according to their budget. Not everybody can fly a business class, so those that fly economy should also have a great time. Not everybody can afford a 5-star hotel, so those that stay in 3-star should have a great time. And some people want luxury. That we enjoy. We give them what they want. So we tailor packages to suit our clients as they want it. So in 5 years, we intend to have branches outside Lagos, at least 2 more within Nigeria, and hopefully 1 outside the country. We have registered a training company, Westview Travels and Tours Consults, and we are planning for it to take off by the end of the year. So these are our targets and short-term plans within the next 5 years. Nigerian youths need to keep their focus not on money, but on their passion and on their dreams. Money is good, but when one puts money in front, when that person will not focus on getting trained, that person will not focus on learning, that person will not know that you need to persevere.
Dr. Jude Anyanwu, PhD, a young, versatile and visionary professional, serial entrepreneur, experienced travels and educational consultancy specialist, project management expert, team player and industry captain, is the founder, managing director and chief executive officer of Mipos Travels and Educational Consult Limited, a leading world-class travel support service solutions provider in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2025.
To be successful in Nigeria, in a country like Nigeria, you should be consistent. So consistency, one of the major reasons to be successful, because they say there's a statement that says what you do in 1 time becomes a habit. So if you do something consistently, it becomes a habit. Mipos Travel metamorphosed from Masters of Travels. Okay, so that was the name, and then we rebranded to Mipos Travels. It started 2012 in the city of Abuja, and so we've been in the industry for about 13 years. Yeah, okay. Our vision is to be a leading travel company connecting people around the globe. And I think we've actually connected a lot of persons around the globe. And our core is actually on educational travels, hence the name, Make-Posh Educational Travels. So we've sent a lot of students in the US, to Canada, to the UK. We've lost count. They are in their thousands over a decade. For Make-Posh Travels, we have we do educational travels. Okay, we do also post-visa assistive services. We help people also, we help our students to also secure visas, and in some rare cases, we also get work permits, process work permits when the need arise. The unique thing about our service is, as I said, is one of our visions is consistency. We are consistent, we are transparent, and we are prompt, we are efficient, and we are professional in this industry. So for us, we know how to dot our I's and cross our T's. We're not embassies, we're not schools. We represent schools, and we don't represent embassies, but we don't have connections with embassies. But we know what most embassies that we send our students to, we know what they want. So that's why I said we know how to dot our I's and cross our T's to ensure that when people come in, they'll be able to get the visas and get the school and get the visas. Travel and tours sector is an untapped sector in Nigeria. We have not tapped anything. Nigeria is a multicultural country. We have a country that has a diverse economy. We have diverse culture. We have several languages. So Nigeria should be a tourist destination for most countries. It's still very much untapped. The challenges also we have is the fact that several persons have also bastardized the sector. You see, when you talk about travel and tours, what comes to your mind is dupe. Have they scammed you? Have they taken your money? But that's not travel and tours. Okay, it is still very much untapped. That's what I can say. There is no business in the world today that you will not see angry customers. No, there's no single business you do unless you're not visible. So once your business gains visibility, you must have issues. Okay, even in banking sector, no matter how good it is, you would. So the major thing is, how do you communicate? Okay, so communication, don't leave a hole in the communication. Make sure that you cover that gap. Okay, make sure that you'll be able to communicate your intentions to your clients. Make sure that you resolve their concerns early enough before it. Every business thrives on consistency. We've been consistent. It's not been easy. It's not been rosy. Yeah, but once you don't shift your grounds, once you don't compromise the quality of service you render, people will pay for your services. And yeah, remember that economic hardship in Nigeria has also pushed a lot of persons outside the shores of Nigeria. So for travel and tours operators, yes, I think that instead of having a downside, you have an upside. So now a lot of persons are rushing to leave the shores. While if everything is okay, if Nigerian economy is a little bit more stable, you will see that travel and tours operators will struggle.
Most airlines in Nigeria will go abroad and buy scrapped planes. Of course, if you buy scrap planes, the cost of maintaining it is going to be high. You have a high maintenance cost. So there is need to get newer planes that is, number one, cost effective. That will also help you reduce high maintenance costs, high operational costs. And then now, being that we're purchasing jet fuel from Nigeria locally, I think that should be resolved anytime soon. We barely have angry customers, right? We do have very to satisfy our clients. But however, their anger, right, or frustration rather, is based off from airline operations or responses. Most people do not know the law. They have no idea of what to do in certain scenarios, right? For instance, an airline is not supposed to, if there's a delay or anything, right, there's supposed to be a number of minutes, right, that is permitted for there to be a delay for airlines. If it exceeds that minute, there's a penalty attached that the airline owes the traveler, right? If there's a cancellation, there are duties assigned the airline that they're supposed to, that they owe the clients, and also compensation they owe the clients. But a lot of Nigerians do not know this law, so they're ignorant about this. So airlines in the last couple of years have taken advantage of a lot of Nigerians, right? Because they don't know it. So people have to be knowledgeable about what to do in situations like that, so that you don't get frustrated or you don't get angry. There are people who have some specific airlines. They say, I will never, I don't want to mention the name of any airline, but we all know them, right? They are notorious for flight delays and cancellations, right? I do understand that sometimes things happen out of control, but if you are intentional about serving your clientele, most of these errors can be mitigated.
One of those things that is unique about Maxi Travels is the fact that we are detail-oriented, we are result-oriented as well. So when I say result-oriented, we don't just sell travel, we sell experience. And when we sell experience, we want our clients to come back and be happy. We want our clients to get value for their money. We want them to be happy with their purchase. So we are very much result-oriented. We don't just want to collect your money and just book your trip. We actually want to enjoy every process, every step of your journey with us, from when we process your visa. We want to ensure that you have good chances of getting the visa. We are not just processing the visa when you're not qualified. We ask you a few questions to ensure that, okay, you have very good chances, and then we can proceed. We've had several times that we have advised clients that it's not a good time to process their visa just yet, because we know that there is a high chance that they might not get the visa. So the result is very, very important to us. That's quite unique about us. Then we render our service in a more personal approach, right? We make sure that we are not giving you what we gave to our clients just because we gave it to someone yesterday. We are giving you what you want, what you will enjoy. We have some activities that might not be suitable for you because you travel with a child. So we try to provide an alternative. Then our team are quite experienced. They are very vast when it comes to knowledge about travel. So they try as much as possible to be with you 24/7 to make sure that you're not stranded, you're not in any situation where you don't know what to do. You can easily reach out to us. We are always reachable. You can easily reach out to us, and then we are able to assist you. Then we have very broad knowledge about all the destinations that we sell. We have broad knowledge, and as a matter of fact, if not all, most of the destinations our travel experts have visited to see what they are like, what those destinations can offer you in terms of experience, the food, the culture, the people, and all that. So we are quite unique when it comes to that. And as much as possible, we try to make our packages very, very affordable.
Alhaji Suraj Oyewale, a young, astute and purpose-driven professional, first-class graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University, chartered accountant, experienced and trustworthy real estate development, marketing and management expert, teamwork advocate and industry leader, is the founder, group managing director and chief executive officer of Jarus Group, a leading diversified group of companies in Nigeria and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2025.
The oldest company in Jarus Group started in 2013, and that was some 12 years ago, and that was a career services company. And the results was actually phenomenal because most of the people we coached, most of the people we trained, got good jobs, got enough information for them to move, put in their career. So when I decided to finally quit the standard 9-to-5 job in 2023, I registered a company called Jarus Homes, which is a real estate company, property development company. And that was the beginning of my experience in the larger business space. So it started with Jarus Hub, which is a career servicing company, which we've had since 2013. In 2022, we started a real estate company, which is our biggest company today. Later, we started a travel services company called Jarus Travel Services Limited. We still do that. Then we started, because of all my knowledge of the oil and gas industry, I didn't want it to waste. So I floated another company called Photos Consulting Limited, which is essentially the company that is in charge of energy information dissemination, training people on oil and gas, and all of these things. These are the various aspects of the activities we have in the Jarus Group. I will summarize our vision into two: building humans and building homes. Okay, so by building human, we mean raising a generation of people, Nigerians, who will look back in 4-5 years, 10-15 years and say, okay, lives have been impacted, people have changed. And this is the simplest thing we could do based on the information we have. Then building homes, of course, which is our real estate company, and essentially we try as much as possible to make houses affordable for people in Nigeria. We're not going to say that houses can ever be affordable, except it is done with government or in partnership with government. But as much as possible, the people who could not afford the bigger tickets, houses, then they can come to us and get some moderately priced houses. So this is essentially what we do and what we stand for in Jarus Group. Despite the fact that we're just 2.5 years old, we've completed 5 projects as we speak. We have the White Street Gardens in Ajah, which was fully delivered within 12 months. And the good thing about that project is that all the 4 off-takers of that project, they were first-time owners. So that was the first project we did. Then we moved to another project called Inverness Terraces 1. We finished that one too in January 2024. 4 units of houses completed, given to the subscriber. After one, we finished another one called Photos Court 1, which is also in Nigeria, with 5 units of houses built, completed, handed over to the buyers. Then we also finished another one called Jumeirah Court, also in Nigeria, 5 units of houses delivered. We moved to Abuja too after some time in Lagos, and we've completed our very first project in Abuja too, which is Capital Court 1. Okay, 5 units of houses completed, keys given to the buyers, and all of this. And this month we are finishing 2 more projects. Okay, we are finishing what is called a project called Photos Court 2, which is in Ajah, Lagos, 4 units of spacious, houses. Then the other house is Inverness Terraces 2 too. We are going to finish those ones this month. So we are, by the end of this month, we are finished 7, good projects. And I speak today, we have finished 5. The 2 others are undergoing finishing touches, and we are excited to say not many organizations that have been able to achieve this in our industry within that short span of time. I mean, I think the industry has come a long way. Many years ago, most people prefer to build their houses because that was the traditional. Okay, 20 years ago, we had some young people that came into the industry and disrupted the industry, came up with some projects here and there, and they tapped this opportunity, and people began to use it. So that started mostly in Lagos, but Abuja, being a city that's also massively witnessing growth, has also experienced something like that in the past 10, 15 years as well. You've got a lot of big developers here and there, and that have been, that have done well in the industry. And I think the industry is really growing, and I think it's just the beginning, because there are a lot of other the population is growing. It's natural that the housing deficits need to be closed, and we are doing that as one of the real estate companies. And we believe our peers and colleagues in the industry are also contributing to this. It's quite unfortunate that we've had a couple of cases of building collapse, which is quite unfortunate. It still boils down to greed. I mean, it would be disingenuous to use that brush to start all developers. There are tens, perhaps thousands of developers in the industry, and if you have 2 or 3 cases or 4 cases of people who unfortunately have been, have compromised the safety standards, the safety procedure, the quality procedure, then
Ifeanyi Valentine Eziakune, a perfect gentleman, symbol of integrity, experienced and versatile healthcare support service management professional, visionary entrepreneur, teamwork advocate, and industry leader, is the founder, managing director, and chief executive officer of Fanival Visions Limited, a leading healthcare support service firm in Nigeria, and one of the most distinguished CEOs to look out for in 2025.
Fanival Visions Limited is a growing pharmaceutical company. Owing to the high demand and short in supply of ophthalmic products, in addition to high prevalence in eye conditions, the concept of introducing a company that will bridge the gap came into my consciousness. And by the year 2017, Fanival Visions Limited was incorporated and duly got registered with Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. Its headquarters is located in Surulere, Lagos. Shortly after its registration, the company's first product was launched. 3 products. Now we have 9 registered products. At the onset, the company has 3 medical sales representatives covering 3 territories. Today, the company has 8 medical sales representatives. Our vision is to provide quality and sustainable eye solutions. Our mission is to proactively provide reliable, cost-effective, and efficient ophthalmic solutions through innovative ideas. So far, we have 9 quality and affordable products which have gained market entry. Presently, we are at the verge of introducing other new products to beef up our portfolio. To this end, I believe we are on track to achieving the vision of the company. We are purely into production, marketing, and distribution of ophthalmic products. It is a concern that has been there for decades, and I can say NAFDAC is working hard to curb the menace. Having said that, the impact of fake drugs in the business of genuine drug importers can never be overemphasized. However, for some of us that are into genuine drug importation, we strive to conform to prescribed standards such as regulatory compliance. Genuine drug importers register their products with NAFDAC. They adhere to guidelines and regulations for importing and distributing of pharmaceutical products. NAFDAC is making significant efforts to combat the issue of fake drugs and food products in Nigeria. However, the war is far from being won, but fear has been created, and so it is no longer business as usual. And with that, I can say the scourge has been reduced, but not completely won. In a couple of years, I hope to see Fanova Visions Limited as one of the 5 best pharmaceutical companies in Nigeria. The youth are the future generation of this country. The youth should identify their strengths and be focused on their dreams. They should persist and never imbibe the culture of get-rich-quick syndrome. They should acquire relevant education and training, pursue formal education or vocational training that aligns with their career goals. They should develop a growth mindset, embrace challenges, learn from failures, and view setbacks as opportunities for growth. Being successful in Nigerian business environment is very easy. Nigeria, as we all know, is a country of huge population, and with that, it makes it easy for any company to thrive in Nigeria. But not on a platter of gold. Some factors are to be considered. 1. Understanding the Nigerian market. To be successful in Nigerian business environment, you need to research and understand the local culture, the consumer behavior, and the market trend. Also, you need to identify opportunities and challenges in your choosing industry.
We are known as one of the top 10. However, we have some challenges.
And that's a good point to call it a wrap on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to any of our other portals, as you can see on the screen. Our sincere gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Moari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week.